Hi, everybody. Uh, I'm so glad that you guys are all here. Let me go to the comments so that I can say hi to everybody. I'm so excited to have everybody here tonight. So we have Karen, our YouTube mamas here, of course. We have Cindy West, Tammy, my hubby, Chris and Brandy. Hello, my friend. Tammy and Donna, Barbara, Gina's here, Beth is here. Hello, everybody. So this is going to be the new format, guys. On Sunday nights, I'm going to have different members from our community, and not just known members, not just like content creators that everybody sees on different channels from time to time. We have one of the most incredibly talented group of people within our community, and I want to highlight some of people that may not be on, that may not want to do a full show, but are talented enough and would come on to teach us all a project or tell us about maybe they're in a niche that some of us don't know, which would be amazing so we can learn new skills and everything. We have Dorothy and Fran, Gina, Dawn, Renee, Patricia. Look at everybody on. So tonight, our guest designer is Rosanna Braddford, otherwise known as In Rose's Garden on YouTube, and fill-in extraordinaire anytime that Randy from Thunder Horse Descendant needs her. So let's go ahead and bring her on, guys. Oh, let's not.
There we are.
There we go. Here's Rosanna, everybody.
Hi, ladies.
So
and
what
Steve.
we're going to do, and Steve, yeah. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
And Steve. He just brought me my drink. But I want to we're gonna go through a project tonight that she's gonna help us. These beautiful wire wrap spring earrings that are just gorgeous. I cannot wait for you all to see this. I'll start dropping links in the comments when she's designing for her channel, my new channel, just to let you guys all know in case you didn't see. In order to build my own channel, I'm doing a subscriber giveaway. So when I hit 250 subscribers, one person is getting 250 beads. When I hit 500 subscribers, someone is going to win 500 beads. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, one person is going to win 1,000 beads, and 10 other are going to win 100 beads. So I would really appreciate it if you guys would jet over to my channel, check me out. I did my first unboxing and used a really goofy picture because, I want to have fun. So that's what beading should be about. It's all of our escapes. So, Rosanna, how did your jewelry story start?
I'm one of 6 kids, all girls. And my parents made a thing when we were teenagers that for Christmas, we should all make our gifts to our sisters. So, and then they had to be, in a certain cost range from like for less than $10. Because when you're kids, and especially back when I was a kid, let's face it, I'm 67. It's been a while. And anyway, so $5 to $10 worth of supplies, and my parents would give us that, so we had that, and so I discovered I liked making bracelets. So when I started, I made everybody bracelets. I didn't make earrings for a long time. My next thing up was the ribbon bookmarks that I make. So that's how I got started, was by making Christmas gifts for my sisters. And that's awesome. Been a long time. But then I didn't go more professional until probably when I started selling things was and doing craft shows and stuff not till like 2012. So I haven't
And
been selling things for quite some time, but
so what made you finally take that step into putting your stuff up and putting it out for sale and transitioning from just making stuff for your friends and loved ones?
my husband said, I make too many things. I have too many things. I need to start selling them because otherwise I'm going to have to stop making them. I have too much. And, so, and he had a good point. And
And
then he
for
said,
those of
and
you
you can't keep everything you make.
And for those of you who don't know, we both are married to a Steve, and I've kind of gotten the same thing from him. So, but he knows that like nothing brings me more joy than getting new beads than to give what I've made to somebody. When
Yeah.
anytime, because I deal with a lot of stuff with my medical stuff, I try to make the different people that treat me well stuff. And there's nothing more and there's nothing more rewarding than to walk into a doctor's appointment and they're wearing a piece of jewelry that I had. And they're like, I didn't even know you had an appointment today. But yeah, you see, my husband said I likes the way he thinks, Heather.
Well, my husband's really great with my bead expenditures too. I spend a crud load of money on beads, and I have hundreds of them. Well, more like thousands.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been organizing lately, and I have a whole shelf now of this. I have a whole shelf over here of bead boxes, and these are all the glass beads. My gemstones aren't finished being boxed up yet, so I've got loose gemstones everywhere. But he's still really great.
Tammy's got my back. She knows he buys me beads. So,
It's true. Now, my husband, when we go, most Aprils, we go to Lincoln City for a week,
mm-hmm.
and there's 3 or 4 bead stores around that area. And my husband always makes it a point to make sure I get to each one. So,
Aww.
so in
Yeah,
fact, he looked up a few of those bead stores for me. Um, there was one I used to go to that closed down, which was too bad. But he found that whenever we go on vacation, he looks on, he Googles to see if there's any local bead stores that I can go to. He even
yeah.
found one for me in Ireland when we were in Ireland.
Wow.
So,
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, and my
so
hubby's great too. He always we have a thing now that unless he is buying a piece of jewelry from another jewelry maker that I know, I'd rather have a string of expensive beads than a piece of jewelry because heck,
yeah.
you can get a really good string of pearls for $100 that I can make a necklace, bracelet, and earrings with that you couldn't touch for under $500-600. So why?
So, if you'll notice, I don't wear necklaces very often, but I'm wearing my raven skull one that I made
Aw,
Friday. And
beautiful. I
these
love that.
these actually sell really fast when I make a raven skull necklace. They usually don't last more than 2 or 3 craft shows before they're sold. But I really liked this one, and I said to my husband, "Oh, I really like this one, but it's a raven skull. I should put it in the craft stuff because they sell so fast." And he says,
Yeah.
"Yeah, but you never kept yourself a raven skull." So,
Aw. Yeah, my hubby always because I'll forget to like put on jewelry or something, and he doesn't like to whenever we're at the bead store, we're always there for a couple of hours. And the other night, there was a lady who was looking for something specific and pulled up a picture, and he was like, "Oh, that's a bicone crystal, and it looks to be about 8 millimeters." And then all of a sudden, he looked over at me. He goes, "Look what you've done to me! I know what a bicone is, and I know what size it is."
but it's so rewarding
Oh yeah,
uh, when you're somewhere and somebody you can see somebody's like I was at Hobby Lobby once, and there was a young man with his mother there, and he wanted to make some bracelets, but he wasn't sure what he needed.
Yeah.
And so it's so rewarding to be able to say, okay, what exactly are you wanting to make?
Mhm.
In that case, you need this, 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 and this. And, it's really rewarding to be able to do that. So,
Oh, yeah, and Bernie and David are great, but they are not versed in anything modern. They don't know what a six-step bail making plier is. I need to take one down for next time. They've never heard of the magical crimper. They are very old school when it comes to all of that kind of stuff. My little 5-second ear wire blew them both away the other day. That I can pop that out in less than 5 seconds. They were like, and I'm like, wait till I bring my six-step bill making plier with me next time. You'll really think it's amazing because then you can do all the different sizes and whatever else. And so, yeah, so it's funny because they'll just leave Steve and I to mind the store while they go back and eat or whatever it is they're doing and stuff. So it's fun. And like when different people came down for Tucson, it was fun. I got to go down and shop with a couple of people, which was a great time. And now I get to shop for all of you guys and bring beads with the bead sales. We're trying to figure out just how often I'm going to do it. Just in case some of you guys aren't aware, the invoices will be coming from TT's Trinkets and Treasures and not Campbell Creations because the live sales are my thing because I do all of it. So just in case it comes out. Hi Gloria. Oh, we've had a lot of people pop in with Nicole, Patricia, Ginny. Oh, so glad you guys are all here. So, is there any tip? What's your favorite thing to make, Rosanna? When you
oh
just
God,
need to knock out a project to make yourself
earrings.
feel better.
I love making earrings, and they're the one thing that I can just look at some beads and make them generally. After I had COVID really bad. I was sick for 5 weeks, and I got the really severe COVID brain where you can't think of
Yeah,
anything. Nothing works.
right.
And I would come to my desk because I really wanted to make something. I'd pull beads out and I'd just look at them because I couldn't figure out what to do, what I was doing. I mean,
Yeah.
my brain just wouldn't work. So the first time that I made a pair of earrings, which was the first thing I made after I had COVID, was a pair of simple earrings. But dang, that felt good to be able
Right.
to do that again. you know,
Yeah, I use jewelry making as something to focus on, so I'm not focused just on the pain that I'm in every day all day.
right?
And it's gotten to the point where I just set alarms on my phone and like I have to set a second one for each one that says, "Did you actually take your meds, Heather?" Because it goes off and all I have to do is say stop and the alarm clock stops. And so then but if I'm like deep in it, of course I tell myself, "Oh, I'll stop in just a second."
Yeah, I'll get it in a minute.
Yeah, and then I don't. So, oh yeah, it's
That was
crazy.
sort of like just as we were starting, my alarm went off for my medication, and I
Yeah,
went, "Oh,
pretty
I got to
much.
go take those quick before we
Right.
start, or I won't remember to take them at all."
Exactly. So,
So,
Barbara, she's working on it. She's setting up a bead uh area at Steve's house because it's difficult for her to design in the house she lived in with Nate, so it's been difficult. And she's not at a point right now where she wants to do live, so that's why I've taken over them. Originally we were gonna each do one, and then it just became um too much of a sense of anxiety. She would get freaked out. She wasn't sure. I will tell you that she told me the other night that her Steve were going through all of her stuff and he was asking her questions and was like, "You made this. This is great." Which she'd ever had before. So I'm very hopeful. You know, she's one of my best
It's
friends.
it's good to have somebody that supports the
Yeah,
things you love,
because her beating was blamed for the divorce.
which is
So, which
crap.
had nothing to do with it. Yeah, it had nothing to do with it. But yeah, exactly, Brandy. If Brandy and I are talking on the phone, she'll go, "Oh, I gotta take my meds too." But so like, and her, Steve, and I know each other, and we talk and whatever else. And he's so funny because we were talking the other day after she was here, and I was like, "Can you just let her know that this isn't going to be a problem, that her beating is okay?" And da da da. We were talking everything else, and he goes, "Man, you're better than a shot of B12. I feel so good about myself after talking to you." And Amy said it was one of the first things he mentioned when she got off the plane. "I just got off the phone with Heather. She's so we did have fun while she was here. We got almost all the stuff done for the bead box, which will be coming out shortly. We have one more item that we have to fill in, but it'll be great. Oh, thank you, Marika. That's sweet. Yeah, Marika, this is what I want to do. I want to bring other known content creators and maybe unknown content creators, or maybe just designers in our community that blow me away every day when they post their work, that maybe don't have a YouTube channel. I want everybody to get to know each other. I don't want us to just be seen as content creators or YouTube videos or whatever else. We're all people. The majority of us are ladies, and we're already competing with the men. Let's just I've never been part of such a supportive, loving, have your back group of ladies ever before in my life, and I just want everybody to have that. So that's what we're doing. And like I said, I love to get to know it. I know that you do make circlets though, and maybe
Yes.
you should explain what those are for those who don't know what that is.
Circlet is a wire crown. Actually, I wonder if I can get one really easily. I got stuff stuffed all over the place right now, so easier said than done sometimes to get one of
Well,
my.
you have a Renaissance festival coming up soon, right?
No. What the next one? I was supposed to do Sandpoint, but then I didn't get my application in time. They filled before I got it in, so I'm not doing that one. That one is in June, but I am doing a Beltane festival in May. So
Oh,
it's sort of the same kind of thing. Now, this is my personal one. I used to make them and then I'd sell them. I'd wear them at the shows and then I'd sell them. And after a while, I went, I keep selling all my favorite circlets. I need to
yeah,
make one just for me.
yeah.
So this is
Hi,
my
Kim.
personal one.
Hi, Georgina. Hi, Carolyn. Glad you guys could join us.
So
I
this
saw
is
a
my
couple of.
personal one.
Oh, that's stunning.
So
That is so
ta-da.
beautiful. I'm still gonna work on you, and so that you'll come down and do the Renaissance Festival with me here. It's a month long. Even if we
I
only did a
know.
week, that'd be
I
enough
know
fun.
because if you'll recall, my family all lives in Sun City
Right.
West. So
Yes.
I have been down there before. In fact, the last time I was down there, it's been a few years. I was supposed to go to Bernie's and I was supposed to meet Kristen Fagan from Soplex, and I got heat stroke.
Oh goodness.
Um, coming
Yeah,
from coming to.
Brandy, she makes those. There are many YouTube tutorials on her channel. Here, I'm gonna go drop the link really quick for her channel. So that anybody who maybe is not subscribed to her can be subscribed to her. So let's see here. Oh, turn down my volume. Sorry about that. Where did it
Thank
just
you,
go?
Nicole.
Sure. Copy link. Thank you. But Oh, thank you, Georgina. You're watching us both at the same time. I appreciate that.
That must be tricky.
Yeah, it is a little hard when people are on different comments, but that's why I'm trying to like put them up so you guys can see them. Because some of you guys are watching on mine, some are watching on Rosanna, some are watching on Campbell Creations. We want everybody to have a chance to see this, so I will try to make sure that comments like this one are put up on the
Oh,
screen.
thanks, Marika. Yeah, see,
Yeah,
now I'm not see now but some of these people are obviously on your channel or Campbell's Creations, because I'm seeing the comments that come through on mine. So
yeah, and
that's
see, I can see everybody's, so I'm lucky because being the administrator of this, everybody's is in mine. So that's why I'll try to get them put up, everybody, you guys. It's just because people are all on different channels, so I'm
right.
gonna try to do that. But I was trying to come up. I'm gonna go try to get Rosanna's channel real quick because I'm seeing it across
It's
all
in
three.
Rose's Garden 6905 is the code.
Yeah.
All
So,
one word.
yep. Or you can do it. This is hers. And that went across on my channel as well. And then my new channel, for those of you who weren't on in the beginning, I am doing a giveaway. When I hit 250 subscribers, one person will win 250 beads. When I hit 500, somebody will win 500 beads. When I hit 1,000, one person will win 1,000 beads and 10 people will win 100 beads. And I'll be honest, when my hubby first, like when I start, he's like, babe, that's a lot of beads. And then I reminded him that
That
like
is.
one, one strand of Hayshies can have 160 beads on it. So,
Yeah.
and he was like, oh, well, that's a good idea, babe. Yes, Bonnie, we are definitely going to be making something today. Rosanna is going to show us these beautiful wire wrapped floral earrings that will be perfect for spring. There they are right there. We can go ahead and switch the camera. I'm for a minute going to go. I'm gonna go to solo. Sorry,
You froze there for a second.
I took my here. I'm gonna take you off the mat. Go ahead and swap off your cameras. So I thought I would show you guys what I've been working on. So I've been doing a series. I took a strand of one of the beautiful chevron beads from Bernie's Beads. I went and bought one, and I'm doing a series right now called How Many Pieces Can I Make? And so I have already posted the first two videos. Sorry if you hear my dogs. Apologize. So in the first video, I made this necklace. And this is black and gold Amazonite. And here, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. But I just picked out like the white and the gray and like the darker slate gray colors. And then the focal is also black and gold Amazonite. And I have a heart, a key, and a lock charm that I got from a live sale on Thunder Horse Descendants. So I made this, and then I made this bracelet in the first video. I wanted to make sure that you were going to be able to see what the top and bottom of the beads are. And I went from a double strand to a single strand. Those are on my channel, Karen. Um, and then in the second video, which I posted earlier today, that oops, I don't know how this got knotted. Um, that bracelet inspired me. And then I remembered that I had these gorgeous silk tassels from another project. So again, I did 2-to-1, and these black rice beads are actually fossilized coal. And then I just had the crystals, which I got from a dollar bead box a while back, and these matte glass beads that I got from Bargain Bead Box. I love these. I love every color of them that they carry. They're my favorite. And then I did a men's bracelet, which I just had. Oh, here it is. And I remembered that Becky Foster made a sliding knot using a barrel knot, because if you do a barrel knot over 2 strands, one is to tighten or loosen, or like to move up or down, and the other one is to tighten the knot. And so she used that to her advantage to make an adjustable bracelet. So I made this men's bracelet. It's easy peasy. I show how to do the knot twice during the video, so you will be able to see. And this doesn't necessarily have to be a men's bracelet, but I also, from Brandy Michelle Designs, she did a project where she had gotten some little jump ring, like they were marked beads for her, but she used them as spacers. And so I went ahead and I used that technique as well. And I just used some 6mm buffalo horn spacers, some silver beads right there. I like to always have my bracelets kind of have like a moment on the top. So that's why I did that. But I didn't want the black agate beads to just kind of be there. So that's why I added. Yes, Kim, this is on my channel. It's video 2 for this series. So you'll be able to pull this up, and then I figure I'm going to do the rest of the beads, and I will do earrings at the very end. I'll do like an earring bash, using up the last few beads, and I will, and then I'll just go over everything that I made throughout the series. I'm not going to lie, this is my favorite, and this is one that will stay with me. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. In the video, I added an extra repeat. I restrung it and added an extra repeat because I wanted it to be longer for myself. But yeah, I love this. My sweet hubby went back to Bernie's and he saw that they only had 4 strands, and they told him like, "Oh, we're not sure if we're going to be able to get more." So he bought the last 4 strands they had for me. So I'm a lucky, lucky gal. But anyways, I think Rosanna is ready. So let's go ahead and take that off, put her on, and I'm going to put her at solo layout so you guys can see better. There you go, Rosanna. Go ahead.
Hi, folks. So we're going to make this earring here. And I've got my odds and pieces here. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this 6-inch piece of, I've cut this from some Solex square gold wire. So we're going to take the 6-inch piece, we're going to take our pin twist, and we're going to, I use my thumbnail. You can use anything to open this up enough to get your wire in. I have really strong thumbnails, so I'm not real worried about breaking them. So, come on, baby, go in. It's not
Oh,
gone
you
in
have
for
one
her.
of the hand wire twisters.
Uh-huh. And I really love this thing.
Yeah.
But, of course, since I'm on camera, it doesn't want to go in all the way. Come on, baby,
That's
go
the way
in
it
there.
always is.
I know.
Yeah,
There
I
we go.
noticed that too, Linda. Oh, it looks like it's cleared up.
So, Now we will take our flat nose pliers and hold this other end while we twist this till we get the twist we want on it. So there we go. Pull it off. And now we got this lovely piece of twisted wire here. So now the next thing we want to do, what's that?
Is the microphone too close to your mouth? Because it's crackly, which it happens when like you bump it. So I'm not sure. She's having to work under her camera, guys, because otherwise the camera was up too high and we wanted you to be able to see it. So she is having to look through her camera to see. So we might have to have a little bit of patience, but go ahead, Rosanna.
Okay, hopefully it won't do that too much. So we want to get to the middle, which is 3 inches. So I'm going to put my thumb right down the 3-inch mark. Again, I'm going to take my flat nose pliers. I'm going to grab it right here at the 3-inch mark and I'm going to bend it up. Now that I've got this V in here, I'm going to take my plier and my bell makers and I'm going to take
we might have to move your camera up. It's really crackly. You guys, we were literally on for 2 hours before this trying to figure out a second camera angle that we couldn't do, and we had none of this problem. So
so anyway, we want to get this right here where it's bumped, and then turn loop on this side and turn around and go over on the other side and turn a loop here.
Chris, you're the best. I love you. She said maybe Rose is a secret mermaid coming to us from underwater. I love this group. Yes, that was cute. Sorry, I had to put that
now
up.
We're going to go and we're going to measure from where the bend is to up here, and it is at 2.5. So we want to go at 1.25, which is right here. Then we're going to take flat nose pliers again, and we're going to move inwards. Do the same on the other side. So 1.25 again.
And we might have to move the camera up a little bit because it's hard for people to see.
Okay.
Tammy says, "What is Chris drinking? Can I have some?" You guys are the best.
I will move the bar up just a little bit. We don't want to move it up too far. You're not going to be able to see anything.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I think it's just because the speaker is right at the same level of your mouth. That might be what's causing it. That's all.
So there we go. Hopefully that helps.
It helped a little bit. Yeah, thanks.
So now we don't need this anymore, but what we do need is a steel block because this is craft wire. Craft wire is a dead soft wire, and so we need to harden it a little bit. So be prepared for some noise, guys. So we're going to get our steel block and our nylon jaw hammer out, and we're going to just tap this a little bit so we can harden our wire some. So now that we've got that done, as you can see, this is got more of a like so. So we're going to try and adjust this so it's more like our original. That's pretty good.
And when you originally sent me this picture, I thought that it was much more, I thought it was a lot more complicated than what you're showing me now because, and that's the thing is that happens a lot of times, guys, is that we'll see a design and because we don't see it all the way, we assume that it's difficult. I thought there was a lot more like wrapping involved, but it was because she twisted the square wire, which looks great, Rosanna. It's beautiful.
So now we do want to wire wrap, and we're going to get a couple of hanks of our this is, I think it's 26. So gauge wire and just get a long strand of it out.
Question for you. Can you twist round wire like that? Will you get a twist on it or no?
Not worth beans.
Okay. That's what I thought. You've got to use 2 with round, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I've
So
always wondered that.
I'm going to open this loop up a little bit, and then I'm going to hold this wire down here. I'm going to leave a little bit of a length here so that I can get hold of it. Otherwise, it's just going to spin on you. And as
Yeah.
you work, it's going to your diamond is going to wiggle around. You'll just have to fix it as you go along. Now, I always
Right.
use my thumbnail to push things around here. So I'm going to do
I have
3 loops here,
Yeah, I
and
have
then I'm
really
going
strong
to
thumbnails too. So yeah.
push these up here, back, so they're underneath where this loop, where I made this, where I opened the loop at. And then I'm going to push our loop back down. Now, because I like a mirror image, I'm going to work from this way instead of this way like I normally would, because I don't want this to be exact. This way. I want a mirror image. So I want these in here. So we're going to
Yeah.
make just a couple of running loops. My hubby just
Nicole
got
is
home.
very excited that you're wire upping.
So then we're going to take, come on, wire, behave. Take one of these little pink flowers and drop it down. Get out of the way. And now that we've got this on, and we actually are up a little higher than I want it, so we're going to bring that here, tighten it up, and then we make these tiny little yellow seed beads in the dish. And I'm going to grab one of those up, feed it down here, and then we're going to go back through our flowers hole, which you couldn't do this if it was a very wide wire. So that's one of the reasons, other than the wrapping, you want the smaller wire. So we got to go through
Georgina,
here.
that sounds heavenly. She said she has wine on the weekend at the lake around a fire while eating the fresh fish we just caught. Sounds
Oh,
like my
that sounds
kind of
good.
weekend. Marika,
So,
yes, you can watch it on replay.
so we're going to tighten this up in here. And it's not very tight. I need it tighter. So we're going to have to push this back through on this side. Come on, go up there. Because I want this tighter right here on this side. So
Right.
we gotta, so it doesn't wobble around all over the place. So we want to pull it up tighter. And I'm going to have my pliers in because I have a tiny piece here instead of a big one. And I need to get that to come up. So come on, baby. My husband just got home, so his cat is crying at him. So if you hear a cat crying, that's what that is.
My husband has a dog. Her name is Shay, and I swear she says Heather at times when like she's mad that I got a kiss before she got picked up. So yeah.
So there we go. Tighten that up. Then we're going to wrap around again a couple of times underneath the flower to tighten it up some more. Now, if you don't get this tight as you want right away, you can always take your wire, sorry for bumping the camera there, and come back and loop it around the original one you did to tighten that up some. So there we go. Now I'm going
I've
to,
wrapped around the bead itself on the outside, just like done a circle around it, and that can help tighten it up as well. Chris, I'm
yeah,
trying to put as many comments up on the screen as they come through, all right?
so now we got the little leaf, and I'm going to push it on and make sure I've got it the right way, which I don't. See, I want it to face outward, not inward. And 9 times out of 10, I have to reverse it because I put it on and thinking, okay, that's the way, and I wasn't right. So
Yeah. Night, Patricia. I hope you enjoy watching on the replay. Just as a heads up, Sparkly said, I love your work, Rosanna, not just what you're making now. You really do awesome.
thank you.
And she's getting a little preview because Sparkly's is going to be our guest next Sunday night. She's come up with a stunning design. So you guys are going to love it. It's going to be a lot of fun to have her on next weekend. So if those of you don't know her, you'll have to check us out next Sunday so that you can get to do so.
So now we're going to put this little gold ball spacer on right here, and it's going to help to keep the green leaf in place here. So, okay, I just knocked something off my desk with, I'm not even sure what it was. Hope it wasn't something I wanted. So then
I think we've all done that at least 1,000
it was
times.
the other earring. I'm like, where'd the other earring go? Well, it went in my tissue box. So easily findable. So now we're right here. So we're going to come around this corner and we're going to do some more running loops. I call these running loops because we're going down the bar, but it's not hooking anything on right now.
And
now
it's
we're
not real tight together. You have it to
loosely,
get you to a different point in the earring.
Exactly. Just so that I can move the wire down the row. So now I put this little pink one in here, which is this one. We'll go around again. Now, normally I put 2 or 3 wraps in between each bead, but I want these close together because they're signifying a bud.
Question, where did you find these beads? Because they're beautiful. We haven't talked about that.
They're all bargain bead box bargains. Yeah, they're out of my stash. They're all from bead box bargains, but a lot of them I got some time ago.
Are they lucite or glass?
They're glass.
They're beautiful.
So now we'll tighten that. Now we're going to run down the side again.
No need to be nervous, Gina. We're all friends here.
This is true.
We'll get it set up. Promise. Rosanna had never done a StreamYard live, and here we are. So we'll be good.
And we had to wait a while before we got things set up good here. So now we're back to this section. So we're going to put this little metal ball on again. And then we'll wrap that a couple of times to keep it in place.
Hi, Connie,
now we're on. So now we're going back to the pink flower. We'll go through here, push it up tightly onto our strand, pull it tight. Get
Chris,
one of my little yellow beads.
Chris, I'm so happy to hear you say that. She said, don't be. If you screw up, we'll love you more for it. I don't edit. All of my videos are live. I do not edit anything. With my Durkheim's disease, memory recall is one of my things. So you guys get me live every time. Sometimes it's on a recording and I just don't edit. So
I sometimes take out my screw ups, but I don't always, because let's face it, we all mess up. It's just back to life. You know, you are never going to have, nobody's perfect. And to think they are is just silly, you know?
Yeah.
So we want that little gold ball up here. So now we're going to wrap a couple times here underneath our dark pink flower. And then it's time for our leaf again. Now,
exactly, Nicole. None of us are perfect.
exactly. I don't even try and proclaim to be because that's silly.
Right?
So now we're going to tighten up around the leaf a couple of wraps.
That's the goal. I want everybody to get to know each other on a better level, not just posts here or there on Facebook or comments in a YouTube video that we all might watch. I want everybody to get it to know each other as people, because our community is also so strong, but this will only make us stronger. So it's good. Georgina really loves the earrings you're making, Rosanna. She likes them a lot.
I'm glad to hear it. So anyway, we got our second flower on. We're pushing our little yellow bead down on and going through the hole
Okay,
a
I'm not
second
sure
time.
why, but the
Now,
audio just got really bad, hun. I'm trying to figure.
I leaned forward.
Oh, that's probably why. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I leaned forward so that I could see what I was doing here a little better. So that's probably what it was.
Okay.
So I want to take, when we go through these flowers for the second time, pull up the one side tight. Then when you pull this through, go on the opposite side of your base wire here than you came out from, so that when it comes down, it's wrapped instead of just sitting there. So then I'm going to wrap.
Yeah, Connie, who are you asking what their name is? Chris Hawhey is Chris Hawhey on, I hope I'm saying that right. I'm sorry if I'm not, but that's her name on Facebook as well as on YouTube. I know there are a few people whose names are different. I kind of had that problem when I was invoicing from the live sales. So, our group is Campbell's Creators. I'm going to send that to you. I'll go post that right now so that you can. I'll post the link so that everybody can see that. If you are not already a member and would love to join, just make sure that you answer all of the membership questions. We do that to make sure that we don't get spam or bots, so that our group remains a safe place for everybody to post. Because let's be honest, our jewelry, it's us showing our art. This is our heart and soul. And so I want to keep our group as safe for everybody as I can. So, sorry, Roseanne, I just wanted to clear that real quick.
All right. So we're now we're up at the top. I put these little seed beads in after we did this. You can see these are moving around a little bit, and we'll get another piece of wire to sort of reinforce where we've wrapped in a minute. But first we're gonna open this loop up, and then we're gonna wrap 3 times in here. And that's what is gonna hold our wire in place. And then we'll close back down.
Thanks.
And then we're going to trim these off.
I prefer my married name over my maiden name, so I completely understand. Okay, I'm going to go and try to get the Facebook group so I can post it in there. Hold on. Groups.
Okay. Now we're pretty much done. Oh, that is not quite flat there. And I try to get my wires pretty much flat against the other wire, because if not, you'll have it's going to be a little bit sharp in that spot. So now that we've got that on, I'm going to get another little piece of wire. This one I think is a little shorter than I want. So we'll just get another partial loop here. And all we do with this is we're going to take this and we're going to go in here again. And I'm going to wrap a couple of times here. Then I'm going to go behind my leaf and wrap a couple of times there. And then again behind my pink flower and up a couple of times back behind there. And this will reinforce the beads so they don't wiggle around so much. So now that I've got this one done, and they will still wiggle around a little bit, just not as much as they would if I hadn't done that. And we'll trim these wires off.
Connie, I'm not sure what you're asking when you say the plaids that she's loose. It just keeps coming up as plaid, hon. Right? I think we've all had that saying. My mom used to say, you can call me anything, just don't call me late for dinner. If you're talking about the plant, like the flowers and stuff, I know autocorrect is ridiculous. She said that she got those flower bead caps from Bargain Bead Box, but they are she's had them in her staff. Oh, the tool? Which tool? The flat nose pliers?
These I got these from Thunder Horse Descendant.
Yeah, Brandy, and I have some needle nose pliers from Zuron, which I love, but then I bought myself a pair of those pliers and they're the best, and they disappeared and I need to order more.
I have about 5 pair. I have about 5 pair of them because I love them. I have 2 in my travel bag, 2 in my, my regular ones here, and then I have a couple in my extra tools because, sometimes you need extra tools.
Yep. Hold on, you guys. I'm getting the link right now. Hold on just a second. Let me go to Randy's. I want to make sure that everybody can get it. I was going to do it on my phone, but.
So I'm sticking on the little extra wires I just did. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare it to this one. And I'm going to make sure I've got it about the same size. See, it's a little bit flatter this way, so we need to bring it down like so.
There's the link for the pliers. She does sell tools. Yeah, Brandy hasn't been feeling well lately, guys, but she'll be back.
So now we have to put our ear wire on. So I've got 2 little 6mm oval jump rings.
That's very true. There were flowers in the March bead box that might work for these. Thanks, Gloria. That was a good suggestion.
So put them one on either loop here. And come on, baby. Get the right side, because if you try to open them when you're the other direction, it mangles your jump ring.
So. I often said I started my YouTube channel or went on YouTube so that it made sense that I talked to myself while I made jewelry.
I think a lot of us talk to ourselves when we're making jewelry.
Right? But this makes us not feel crazy if we're just recording a video. That's why I'm talking to myself. That's why I'm talking to my tools and my beads.
Somebody once told me they got a kick out of it because I frequently say, I'm talking to my beads saying, come on, baby, go on there.
You say, come on, baby. It could be a drinking game, Rosanna.
So anyway, I'm putting it on this decorative kidney wire. And a lot of people leave these open like this so that you can switch your earring out. I don't like that. I'm always afraid I'm going to lose it. So I push my points, my 2 pieces together. And then I take it here and bend this back down so that it fits in my kidney, my side better. And there we go. There's our earring all finished.
Beth said
So,
you only have to worry when you start answering yourself. And Chris said it's the only way to have an intelligent conversation.
well, I worked when I was a teenager. I worked in the library for a while, and we frequently talked to ourselves
Yeah.
in the
I'm going to take
library. So,
I'm going to go ahead and take over the screen so you can switch your camera back around.
okay.
But hold on, exit solo layout, put me in solo layout so she can flip her camera around really quick. But yes, Randy does the Claim It Live sales, but that's not the only item she has. You can go online and purchase her stuff at any point in time. I took the opportunity to add another pair of those pliers into my cart because I have an outstanding order. She will be on tomorrow morning. She's now doing bead drops. So Monday morning, she goes through the items that she's going to put up. And then at the end of her going through all of them, she then makes everything live, and you can go and shop the items at that point in time. And she's back. Hello, my dear.
And so
All
anyway,
right.
so to show you how long they are relatively long, but because I put it on the long candy dry. But
Yeah.
so there we
Everybody
go.
seems to really like them. I certainly hope so. Beth is asking if Gloria is going to be on. I would love to have Gloria on. You guys inspire me so much every day. If I get stuck, I'm like, ooh, I'm just going to go see Campbell Creations or Thunder Horse Descendants, any of the design things. You scroll through a couple times, and within minutes, I'm always inspired. Gloria, if you would like to come on, let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that it's something that you would like to do. Like I said, I don't only want to have current content creators on. I want to have some of the members of our community that don't have a channel but are ridiculously talented. So, it would be great to do it. So if anybody's willing to give it a go, let me know. Rosanna can tell you it was pretty harmless, right?
Yeah, yeah, it wasn't hard. Well, once we got everything figured out, it wasn't hard.
Yeah. And I'm determined to figure out what was causing the echo earlier because that was crazy. But yeah, there's
But
no reason to be canned or shy, Brandy. Everybody, you guys saw how I went on last Sunday. No makeup, hair a mess, but I showed up for you guys. So
and
I did
I
try
never
to,
wear makeup.
yeah, right. And I told her earlier, she was like, you don't have to put on makeup. And I was like, I do it for me. It makes me like, it centers me sometimes. And it makes me, it's like, I don't know, putting on my cape or something. But I agree, Beth. Gloria is amazingly talented. Gloria, we can do a pre recorded one in live format, but where we're recording it. And then you can decide if you want me to share it or not. But, you don't have to have much, Gloria, I promise. You really don't have to have it. As long as you have something that can hold your phone, we can figure it out, I promise. And I mean, we tested it last night. We were testing it for several times today. So, and we wanted to make sure that we were all able to do it. But yeah. All right. I'm excited to hear your ideas, Brandy. If you guys have ideas, I just want to bring you guys new content. And I know my April Beadbox opening the picture was a little goofy, but I wanted to have fun. I did a puppy photo shoot with those little umbrellas and stuff that said like April showers brings M, and then the A was in parentheses, and then Y, and it was like bring my puppies. So But yeah, it was great. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Dorothy. That's so great. Oh, did you not know Rosanna before? No, you've got to go follow her. She's got amazing content, you guys, and she does lives. And I'm gonna go ahead and plug myself one more time while everybody's still here. I'm doing membership giveaway as I grow my channel. Um, that's great, Georgina. It's funny because anytime I call Brandy on video chat, her cat Leo has to come up to the camera every single time. He's right there, like, nope, she called me mom. She's not calling to talk to you. And he jumps right up there. But so when I hit 250 subscribers, one person will win 250 beads. When I hit 500 subscribers, somebody will win 500 beads. And when I hit 1,000 subscribers, one person will win 1,000 beads and 10 others will win 100 beads. So you guys know my good boys. I try to, I put some good stuff in. It's all good. But yes. Well, the cat can hold the phone. Exactly. Aw. Yes, please, Gloria, thank you. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting the like, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to whatever channel you're watching us on tonight, and maybe go to the other two and hit subscribe there as well. Leave a comment if you have any ideas so that we can keep bringing you content that you like. And I hope that you guys really like the new format. How'd you like it, Rosanna?
I think it was great. I enjoyed it. It's nice to work with somebody else, not just always by yourself. So
Yeah.
that was nice.
Yeah, that was great. All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you all for joining us. It was a lot of fun, Rosanna. Thanks for being my first guest on Beading Besties. And we'll see you guys all later. Night.
Night.